Spuds, Chapter 2, Irish Stew. When the rain stopped, Leo and Rookie slogged through French fries up to their ankles, slid down the hill on their butts, and made it home just as their mom arrived. "The weather's been deteriorating, but I hope it doesn't get worse than French fry rain," she said. "I know those things look good, but don't eat any of them." Their mother could handle anything, and raining French fries didn't faze her. Then a beep told Leo he had a text from Pops. It said a spaceship was hidden behind one of those potatoes. It made a quick dip to Ireland, and then it returned to the giant potato cluster. I can't imagine what they're doing, but it could be a threat to the whole Earth, to all of us. Now I can't leave my post, and if I call the Irish police, they'll think I'm a crackpot. Leo, can you and Rookie go there and sort things out? Leo thought, holy cheese dogs, what to do exactly? Where exactly? How? Why Rookie and me? He called his mother. "Mom, would you be okay if Rookie and I hopped over to Dublin tonight? There's something we need to do for Pops." "Hey, Leo, no problem. Go for it," she answered. Easy for her to say, Leo thought. Rookie can help, but I need more. He fired off a text to Pops's father, Pipsy, and explained the situation. "Hey, sorry I can't help," came the reply. "But it sounds like you two better get moving. I'll arrange for tickets to be waiting for you at the airport. Keep me up to date." As their Aer Lingus plane descended toward the island, Rookie commented, "Interesting to see that Ireland is shaped like a potato. I wonder if that's a clue to what's going on." Leo answered, "Yeah, interesting. But what do we do when we get off the plane? I don't want to wander around Ireland while Earth is destroyed." The two disembarked and walked into the busy airport lobby. Rookie pointed out a policeman, and Leo walked straight to him and asked, "Have you heard anything about an intergalactic plot to cover the Earth with French fry potatoes?" The cop looked at him and did a double take. And he answered, "Well, you know, son, I and most of us in Ireland believe that boiling is the only way to serve potatoes. So yes, I can believe that French fries just might end life on Earth." Ha! He pulled out a baton, smacked his hand, and walked on. Rookie said. "At least that guy's not in on the plot." Just then, Leo's phone dinged with a message from Pipsy. "Your Nan says you should go to her cousin Stephen's farm in the town of Navan. He knows a lot about potatoes." Nan was Pop's mother. The two found a booth. Both bought bus tickets to Navan and climbed aboard. Pipsy sent directions, and when the boys arrived in Navan, they walked a half hour to the farm. Banging on the front door got them absolutely nowhere, so they walked through a hole in chicken wire and around to the backyard. Stephen, dressed in farmer's overalls and mud-caked boots, cast a patient and direct gaze on the boys as they introduced themselves and asked their questions. "We know you're knowledgeable about potatoes, and while it seems like a long shot, Uncle Stephen, has anything happened lately that could shed light on efforts to destroy the Earth with potatoes?" Hey, but funny you should ask that, Leo. By the way, you look like my Uncle John, you should know, and that's a good thing," Stephen said. "Hey, so a guy came by here yesterday and said he wanted to buy up every potato on the island. As if buying up all Ireland's potatoes wasn't bizarre enough, he also looked like a leprechaun, if you know what I mean. Leprechauns are just fairy tales, you know, but this one looked the part. He was just the size of you over there, Rookie. If you didn't look a bit like Uncle John, too, I'd think he was a pal of yours. Come on inside, you two, and have some lunch." The boys followed Stephen into the small kitchen. He motioned them to sit at a table walked to the stove and returned with a big bowl of steaming potatoes in one hand and a plate holding a huge brick of butter in the other. Without a word, he dished each boy 2 potatoes and placed 4 large ones in his own bowl. He slathered his with butter, cut each into 4 parts, and ate them. Rookie just stared at Stephen's bowl, and he didn't even pick up his fork until Leo kicked him under the table. The boys ate slowly and pushed down the last bites of their second potatoes. But during that time, as Stephen refilled and finished his bowl, 16 potatoes had gone into him. "Farming's hungry work, you know," he said as he rubbed his belly. Leo asked, "Can you tell us where to find the guy who's buying all the potatoes?" "Well, it so happens I can. He said any farmer interested to sell to him should stop by this afternoon at Johnny Wolf's pub, back up in Navantown there." "Well, thank you very much," Leo said. "We'll go meet him. Say, is there anything else we should know?" "Well, Leo, I size him up as a mean, tough guy, and maybe a desperate guy who could be real trouble. You bring any weapons with you?" "Well, gee, no. We never thought we'd need or want weapons." "Well, I'm afraid I don't have anything I can offer you either, but the farm has a couple of things you might find useful if things get hot." Stephen walked into the farmhouse and quickly returned. He handed Leo a brick of Irish butter and said, "I'm not sure what you can do with this, but it's better than being empty-handed." He shooed a hen off a nest, gathered 3 eggs, and turned to Rookie. "Here you go, laddie. If you got a good eye, you might protect yourself with these. And of course you can eat 'em if you don't need to throw 'em." Leo and Rookie headed back to Navan, found the pub, walked in, and saw a man looking like a leprechaun at the bar. "Excuse me, mister. Can I talk to you about potatoes?" Leo asked with a smile, and he had the appearance of confidence that he really didn't feel. "You don't look like a farmer to me, young man. Why don't you get lost?" The leprechaun sneered with an ugly grin, shooing the boys away with his hands. "And you don't look like an Irishman to me, you faker," Rookie shouted, and he immediately asked himself, "Why did I say that?" "Well, well, aren't you the tough guy then? So what do you want with me?" "We think you're not an Irishman, and we also think you're not even an Earthman. You're up to no good." Leo asked, "What's your name, anyhow?" "Ooh, so this one's just a tough guy and an interrogator. Barman, give me my tab. I'm getting out of this place. I've got all the potatoes I need anyhow, and it's time to send them up." "Sure thing, Leppy," said the barman. "That'll be 10 euros. Leo and Rookie didn't know what to do, and they just stood there looking dumb as the leprechaun brushed past them, hitting Leo in the gut with his elbow and stepping on Rookie's foot. They followed him out and watched as he slipped into an alleyway behind the pub and returned with an iron pipe about 1 meter long. "Hey, come here, my 2 young men. I got a free lesson for you on how to respect your elders. You'll learn something, and you won't be bothering me from your hospital bed." Rookie took an egg from his pocket and threw it as hard as he could, hitting Leppy right in the middle of his forehead and knocking his head back. Leppy wiped the egg yolk from his eyes, patted the pipe into his hand, and marched forward. "And you'll get some extra credit on this lesson." Then his eyes turned wild, and he waved the pipe and charged at the 2 boys. Leo pulled a brick of butter from his pocket, threw it on the ground in front of Leppy. Leppy slipped, crashed onto his back, and the iron pipe went scuttering across the parking lot. When he sat up, Rookie uncorked another egg and hit him on the side of the head. Leppy growled, stood up, and shook himself. But the boys were unsure whether to run or stand their ground. Then a bus drove by, and they turned to look at it, and when they turned back, Leppy was gone. Rookie picked up Leppy's iron pipe. Hey, Steven's right about this guy being mean and dangerous, so I'm keeping this pipe. It might come in handy. Leo texted Pops and received an immediate reply. I've decoded a message between that intergalactic spaceship in Ireland. Sounds like that guy Leppy might be headed to Sri Lanka, but I have no idea why. Can you follow and keep tabs on him? I'd do it, but I cooked up another huge batch of French fries a few minutes ago, and there's another one coming my way I gotta take care of. Leo texted Pops. Leo texted Pipsy about the situation, and he replied, "Tickets to Colombo will be at the airport. When you arrive, tell the taxi to take you to the home of Arthur C. Clarke, and try to make King Serendip your friend. Over and out."